Hello everyone and welcome back here again with the Taco Wednesday. That's now I'm too excited. Let's come down. Here we left with these candles right here. In this case, we were last Wednesday, the 3rd May 2023 at more or less the 18 o'clock. The Bitcoin price was 28.4k, and in fact we got more or less the first entry I got here, the first week. I said it remains the same as an entry and as a take profit, and in fact we had this kind of thing as a take profit, and we got it. In fact we got up from here and we had this huge let's say price appreciation above the trend line, because this was the trend. Let's get into a chart that's maybe more simple to watch for us. We used it as we retested and we got up. Then we got down and we took the entry again as the first, the second, and the third entries. For the weeklies and the MAs and SMAs, these are the most important and the most slow. So in this case, for this we must wait. A little bit more. But this line right here, as you see, still it's valid, and we can take it as a measurement. So if the price still stays below this trend line right here, this upper trend line, probably will go a little bit down and retest the 12 EMA that it moved in the last few days, because this is another wick, and it got up from here to here, and now we should carefully watch if there is other levels on the daily chart and 4-hour chart that more or less correspond with that EMA. And in this case, I will very much likely enter here. They are a little bit close, but I will make it here because of the fact that with the 12 weekly EMA right here, probably people will enter a little bit up from this 12 weekly EMA. And so to be sure to get it, if we start getting down, we may enter a little bit higher. But in the case we are not, and I'm actually thinking about it, because as you see right here on the daily chart, we got below and above the 50s, but we are not going to retest. We have not gone to retest this EMAs right here, so this as well as a little bit higher as a target. So 200 EMA and 200 SMA are a little bit higher. Let's get into here to see if there is some price action. If there isn't right here, maybe there is a little bit in here. There isn't really much at these levels, as I already said last week. At these levels right here, we just go with the EMAs and the SMAs because they are our target. But let's get into more indicators and details to see if we could see it coming. Yeah, more or less it remains the same even with these indicators as well. The 12 EMA in fact, the 12 EMA is the lower Bollinger Bands, as you see right here. Let's take this out. The 12 EMA is more or less at the level of the lower Bollinger Bands here on the chart, and so I will stay right here with that. With that 100 EMA and 200 SMA, yeah, more or less here, but we don't have that much support on the price chart for these levels. So I would say keep track on the daily of these SMAs and EMAs. So this 200 SMA and the 100 DEMA, that's most important, more important probably than 200 SMA. But since they are close together, probably the two of those, and try to enter a little bit higher if you are not sure and you want to take position some more or less here. Try to stay a little bit above, and a little bit above could be like $200 more instead. But in the case you are you want to enter a little bit lower, probably the 200 weekly EMA and the 200 weekly SMA are the most important levels now. Actually, here we have this. Let's get this out. So we have the 30 EMA 100. Let's get it to 200 SMA, and let's see where it goes. In fact, it goes more or less there, even on the weekly chart, 26.1, and for the EMA is 25.2. And these are the levels to make attention to, and I would say that they are good like this. So take note of these levels right here for now, as for the entry from this level. And as I already said, if you want to exit, you could exit right here. Let's make it from the entry to the exit, and make it like a take profit, first exit. Let's say TP. That's better. This is the first TP. This is the second TP. I will do all in live. Second TP like this. Let's style that. Okay. That's at the second TP. This is on the daily chart actually, and as I already said, this trend line is our resistance. So probably we could, if we don't break this and we don't take the take profit, we'll go again on the third entry that now is the first entry, and go there again. So take note and think of yourself, think with yourself, with your mind, on how to make your trade. This all you see right here is not financial advice, as always. Is just my technical analysis that I do for free for you, and to help you out with this. More here. This is and let's get this out a little bit so we can get this background to an area of where there is selling pressure, there is sell demand, and we can get more rectangle, more area liquidity, more or less. Like, let me get the area liquidity right here. So below the 12 EMA, more or less there is an area liquidity, but because you see it yourself, there is this kind of pattern where we touch this line, and so here we have demand, and let's see in the next few weeks where it goes and how. Let's get a little bit higher. So these are the areas that we want to take attention to make attention to for Bitcoin, and if we get to the point where we are higher than this, I would say that another take profit could be very well put down on 30k, but 30k right here is a level where everybody will sell. In fact, Most people just stayed above, just a little bit below. Here, for example, the close and the opening was 29 to 52, and the close was 29 to 33, but the high was 29.96.1, so more or less 29,961. $40, $39 less than 30k. And this as well, the high is $149 below the 30k, and only that got to the point where we got $22 more than 30k. But I would say that this is the kind of level. I would say as well that we take this high as a possible take profit right now. There isn't really much that we can watch apart from indicators in this area and the Fibonacci levels, but I will say here as well for the upper Bollinger Band, and let's take this as a possible upper TP. In the case we break through that line and we go higher, possible TP for a trade could be there, and this is the upper TP for the Bollinger Bands. Upper TP, upper Bollinger Bands TP on the daily chart, the chart. So this is pure price action more or less, and it's as well nothing more than that. This second TP right here instead, we could let him there just for the fact of the price action, and because there is, you see right here, see that confluence of metrics, of indicators. Every line is here, the middle Bollinger Bands, the 26 EMA, the 12 EMA, the middle Bollinger Band over the middle RSI. So there is a lot of things. I would say to stay a little bit below if we can, just a little bit, even if it's good. And for the price action, it's really good, this place right here. If you want just to take profit and not to enter, I will say you stay a little bit lower, just like this on this wick right here, and a little bit lower again, just to stay a little bit below this wick, and the 200 here. To watch it close. This is to what this second TP is to watch close, because we get to get the 200 4-hour, the 200 EMA 4-hour chart. Okay, so take care of this because it changes every day. It changes very much fast, and you should take care about that. If you to take the price action, you must take into account that there is the 200 on the 4-hour chart. That depends on your time, on the time frame you trade. If you want chart right here on the TP, that's the TP for the 4-hour chart. Otherwise, probably you would like to stay right, more or less right there. If you're not with this kind of thinking, and you are more on the daily and so on. So let's get into Ethereum now. We have a little bit. Let's see if we have any question. No. Okay. So right here, if you have any question, just tell me. I will get into. I will try to reply to you as soon as I can. So let's see Ethereum. Let me just get into maybe another stream. Okay. It's a little bit slow because I'm on live stream. Okay. So here, let's get out all the indicators and all of that. So here we have, and we have done this kind of use of the Fibonacci levels, and in fact the 0.236 level has been touched, and we were the last week when we the last time we talked about Ethereum. It was the same day, the same chart. Let's see where we were before any other movement. We were here. The price of Ethereum was more or less 1,800 and a half. So from here we took the first TP and we got below again, and we stayed more or less here, and then we took the second TP more or less perfectly, as you see right here, more or less perfectly. And the third TP was not done because here the Ethereum Foundation moved 15k coins. If you followed me, you will know the news is in the shorts on YouTube. I tried to warn everybody, but it was too late because I saw that on 2 days after it. So we got this 15k movement of ETH the same day Bitcoin got down from that high as well. So it was more or less here the same TP we got on obviously on Bitcoin as well that day. And in this case the BB, the upper BB was right, and I didn't think about that because obviously we were watching other TP levels, and the first TP was done, and we didn't think about a more higher TP. In this case it was more or less correct, even with the price action we had before. Anyway, let's go into Ethereum and let's analyze it. This chart, we got into the 4-hour chart because I don't like the 1-hour chart too much, even if there is a lot of information, and if you are a day trader, you like it a lot, you have to. And so let's take into account that we got the 30p and the second the TP2 price action candles, and then we got back down to the TP1. We got the TP1, the TP2, we got back to the TP1 where you could re-enter, and we failed in this case for like, let me see, the low is 1810, here is 1806 for $4. $4, as I already said multiple times, you get to enter a little bit higher when you put a resistance or a support where you will enter. For $4, so we failed it, but anyway, it happens. Better for $4 than for 40 or for 400 in my opinion, but okay, it's a fail. We make it as a fail because anyway we didn't make it. And in this case, let's see if the same levels are good. So we go into the 4 Bollinger Bands, RSI 4-hour chart on the Bollinger Bands, and RSI entry. And it changed a little bit. It changed in the 4-hour chart, this entry. In fact, maybe is because of that we didn't enter the right here, because we maybe would have got it if it didn't change. The 4-hour Bollinger RSI and so on, or the 4-hour you must take into account to follow up and see yourself when it changes, because if it changes, if you took into account this 4-hour Bollinger Band RSI entry and you followed it, you will have likely entered. So I don't really know if it's a fail in this case, reconsidering it. I would like to make it as I've not warned you about this change, okay? because it doesn't matter really to me. I'm here just to explain how to make an technical analysis. I'm not trading on Ethereum, I'm not trading on Bitcoin right now. I already said multiple times that I'm an investor and I like to trade, but I like to trade more or less in bull market when the possibility to fail are lower, and not because I'm not good, as you see. I'm not good at analyzing the charts. I analyze the chart for fun, but just because I don't like to lose money on trades, and the first rule to make money is not to lose money. And if the possibility of making monies are higher in bull markets, I don't really get why I should lose money in bear market, or get stuck when my money could have a profit, even with we're just staying in some protocol or somewhere else, getting me cash flow, positive cash flow into my portfolio. So this is my method to make money actually, and it takes into account multiple years of obviously, but it's more or less secure in my opinion, and it's not financial advice as always, guys. Yes, and here, so for our Bollinger Bands, I will change it and put it right here. But you must take into account the changes is not now the RSI level. So we got out. We make the 4-hour Bollinger, and just like that. Probably the RSI would be a little bit lower. So let's see if the first entry, if it changed the first entry on the daily chart. So the first entry on the daily chart, well, not really much. Not really much in my opinion. It's still more or less there. I don't remember why we put it right here. Probably because there was the price action. It was a price action candle. It's just a price action candle here. And it was at 0.382, and to stay a little bit above that. Okay, so I will 0.382 and price action. So and price action. So we know we can make track of what is good and what is not if we write all down. This is an advice for education only in this case, to make your when you do trades, to have a little note of every single trade, of what you used, and even if you don't want to take into account a little note written, let's take at the very least take it into account in your mind, and see every time you change your tools what is useful to you and for you, and use like 3 or 4, 5 at the very least, at the very maximum, tools, because if you use the 3 to 5 tools every day, you will be more effective in using those, instead of using like 100k tools and indicators and so on, that you don't know really how much effectiveness have, where it could go, if they are in fact using it on the daily chart, and are effective on the daily charts, on the weekly charts, or or with the patterns and so on. So I would like to, this is a little advice that will probably make you like a lot of money if you have a lot of money already, or a lot of money if you have if you haven't anyway, because it's in proportion, it's percentual. And so let's get into the second entry right here. The second entry on the DEMA, second 200 EMA. So get the EMA and get out all of this. The 200 EMA got a little bit higher in this case, and it is gone right here. I saw now, I saw now, just a little 1 minute. I see now that this 100D EMA could make as a support. So if we don't want to lose some kind of money, let's make 2 entries. Then you will choose. You will get this entry right here for the 0382 plus price action candles, and you'll get now the 100D the 100D entry, 100D EMA entry, then will be yours to where to get in. If you want to get in here, or thinking about a wick below the 100D, or you don't want to get into the 0.382, and there is a price action, there are a lot of price action candles right here as well. Yeah, but we could lower it at this point because you have the price action as well a little bit lower, more or less right here. You have some support in this zone as well on the price action candles, and the 0.382 is a little bit below, so you stay a little bit higher on this okay. You stay a little bit higher on the 0.382, and you have the price action candles anyway. As you see right here, you have the close and the openings right here, and all of that behind. And so the 100 EMA, let's get it in here for now, but and watch it as with the price action candles. I will very much likely get right here, so tomorrow or the day after you get an entry anyway, and so on. The second entry for the 200 EMA, instead it is good right there, more or less. Let me see if there is some more, like right here. No, let's let it, let's make that you follow through. If you want to enter on the 200 EMA, it's another entry you must follow through in the next few days. And the last entry, it was right here for the 0.5 more or less, and all the price action candles that there is, I guess. But let's see on the weekly. The last entry, yeah, last entry more or less is a little bit above the 200 EMA, and 200 weekly EMA, and the 0.5 Bollinger Bands. 0.5, it doesn't matter if you take it from here to there. If you want to take profit, you should take the Fibonacci levels from the bottom to the top, and if you want to take this is another advice for free, guys.